Hi guys,
and
welcome to our latest video. We thought we would do like a mini vlog of our trip to the boot fair. I'm gonna see if I can strap the GoPro to my crotch and
that sounds nice.
or crotch area. Yeah, point of view.
Get some butt shots.
Get some butt shots, and hopefully we'll get some footage at the boot fair. I'm worried that my belly will overhang the camera.
It's not that bad.
It might swallow it up. But hopefully we'll get some footage at the boot fair today. I'm trying to gain some confidence in doing that.
Yeah.
But you know,
you've worn it the last few times, and actually we've checked back the footage.
Yeah, and it's
the
okay.
footage is okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Actually, the height you've been wearing it does actually pick up a lot of the stores and stuff. So yeah.
But we're still suffering from waking up lateitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the alarm set at 5:30, and we're on our way to our boot fair now. Our first boot fair.
Maybe it's the more relaxed way of life.
Maybe it's the maybe it's the more relaxed pace of life, but we're still 17 minutes away from our first boot fair, and it's actually 7:08 right now. So we're a bit slow compared to our usual selves, and like I said, we're just thinking maybe that's just a bit of an adjustment thing, or maybe it's just the slower pace of life.
I don't know.
But all I know is we're driving past fields with cows right now, and that is awesome.
Cows are pretty awesome.
Yeah, you love cows.
I love cows.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you in the moment.
Hi, guys.
It's now the evening. We didn't get to finish the video off earlier.
No, we come back and we try to get a bit of work done, get a few listings done,
and so on.
Yeah.
It turned out to be a bit of a small boot fair. What we're actually going to do is in one of these corners we're going to have some boot fair footage from the crotch cam, it just because I find boot fair footage a bit boring, because you're just going to be walking around not saying much, just a lot of rustling and whatnot.
Yeah.
But this is like the boot fair in which we got our two haul items from, and what we're going to do is just show you through the what we actually did pick up. It was really grey and overcast, wasn't it? And
it was, and
so,
we knew it was going to rain at some point, and most of the sellers that did turn up were well aware that it was going to pour down with rain.
I mean, the first boot fair we went to, we literally just walked in and out pretty much, because
was
it
only
was
like
two lines or three lines, and it was naff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we decided to go to a second one, which is where we luckily found a couple of pickups.
The second one we went to, we normally
go first, and it's normally bigger than it was as well. So even that was affected by the overcast weather. Not a lot of sellers turning up.
No.
However, we still made the best of a mediocre situation, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, we didn't spend a great deal, obviously, because it was only a couple of pickups, but it seems like a lot of people up here have got wrestling figures to sell.
And we like listing wrestling figures, don't we?
I mean, we get through it. I mean, we've got a massive lot of wrestling figures. We paid up on these though. We paid £26 in total for everything. So
no.
Yeah, 26.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 22.
No, it was 22, and then I went back to get
some more.
Get the I should have picked the accessories up. So in the end, I paid £4 for one figure and a bunch of accessories. But the accessories were worth it, because we'll go through it anyway. So basically, we picked up a stack of like wrestling figures. This guy had a bunch of figures. He was asking like £3 for £5.
Well, he was asking £2 a figure.
Yeah, or he'd do 3 for £5.
Yeah.
But then because I bought a fair few, I think in the end I picked up 17 figures. I think he did me a slightly better deal. We agreed on. Like I said, 22 for the figures, and then I went back, so it cost me 26 in total. £26 is not ideal, because we're still looking at, I think it's about £1.44 a figure.
Something like that. I think we
However, we've got a couple of decent figures in here which will hopefully deal with that. But anyway, we're going to go through some figures. So once we're doing this, like I said, there should be some boot fair footage running. A couple of these guys we didn't know, but I mean, they're all. I basically picked out. He had crates, and I picked out a bunch of these Mattel figures. So you've got this guy who's Cesaro.
I don't know, you did the research
Yeah,
on
this
was.
guy, I can't remember his name now. I've got it written down here somewhere. He's got like a good name. Well, he's got a name anyway. Justin. Is it Justin Gabriel? That guy.
Yeah.
That's Justin
Yeah.
Gabriel. So we got those two.
And there's that one.
This one is like Jinder Mahal.
That's
Then
that.
we've got Daniel Bryan.
Mhm.
And then we've got CM Punk.
I always forget his name.
CM.
Listed so many of him.
He's really cool, CM Punk. I like CM Punk. Yeah. Come on, pass me some. Yeah.
And we got this guy here.
Okay, this is one of the elite figures we picked up. So this is Sheamus, and then here's Big Show. Basically, when you're looking at figures, you've got Jakks Pacific and you've got Mattel, and then within each of those brands, Jakks and Mattel, you've got different ranges. Now, I think in the Jakks range, you ones you want to look out for are called like Maximum Aggression. I think they've got like Ruthless Aggression, and they've got Deluxe Aggression, and they've got Maximum Aggression. And in Mattel, you've got the Mattel basic figures, which are like this, and then you've got the Mattel elite figures.
Elite figures, yeah.
And the main differences are you've got a joint there, and you've got a joint at the top of the thighs as well. If your figure's got that, and it's not one of those spring back types, then the chances are you found an elite figure.
Yeah, because you can't get confused by that, because there are like the Flex Force ones, which are the ones.
But
that
like with
spring up
anything,
ones
some are
like
worth some much more money than others. Some elite figures are worthless, including this guy is really not worth much. And there's Big Show.
I don't know who that is.
That is The Miz. This is Tyson Kidd. That is Kozlov. I can't remember his first name. He's got like a very Vladimir Kozlov. There you go.
Yeah, we like this one so much.
Yeah, we like Rey Mysterio so much. We've got 3 of them.
Because I think we've even got 2.
Rey Mysterio
like,
again is not
already.
really worth a lot, but I can't help but pick these up. But then we did get an elite version of him as well.
Yeah.
And he's got his little apron there, which is pretty cool. So we've got him.
And then
Goldust, he's pretty cool because
Yeah.
he's not as common.
he's not.
Yeah.
He's not
And then we've
there
got
weren't many people
yeah.
had listings.
No. And then here you have got the Undertaker,
Yes.
regular Undertaker, and also we've got these 2 guys, which is brilliant. These are actually both basic figures. There's nothing special about them, but they were a battle pack, and they were like a DX battle pack. So this is kind of where it does help to have a bit of wrestling geekery about you. I noticed he had DX on his armbands, and Triple H had a DX kind of mark over his regular kind of cross. So it helps to know.
And I want to just point out the thing with listing these today, we were actually going to list these separately, but on their own they don't actually make
As
much money.
Yeah.
But then I noticed that some people would actually pair them up together, and I was
They
like,
get more.
okay, hang on a second, you can get more if you bundle them up together, because they're both like that DX
Battle pack.
battle
Yeah.
pack.
So pretty cool.
It's worth checking your figures.
Exactly.
They
Sometimes
may
bundles
have actually
do
originally
give
been a
more
bundle.
value.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the times people think that when you bundle something, then you're going to have to reduce the price a bit to make.
Because I was quite surprised then.
But it's the other one. Yeah.
Singly, they weren't going as
More complete. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Now this guy here is like the star of the pickups. I can't get him to zoom in. It's going to be hard to get him to zoom in. I screw that. Not gonna bother. Anyway, this guy is Edge, and this is one of the reasons I went back, because I did notice his coat, but I just didn't pick it up for whatever reason when I was picking up all these figures. So I went back and I got this coat as well as a few other accessories as well. But this figure alone, I think I've seen sell for about 30 quid, and he's an elite Edge figure.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing that you could easily walk past, because it just looks like all any of the other wrestlers. But yeah, he can be worth some money, which is really awesome.
We got like a couple more.
And then we got a couple of these bits. Now these I picked up just because I wanted to get as much value for my money as this is like part of the £4 job. But these are actually outfits for wrestlers that weren't there.
but these are from the Elite range as well. So we did a bit of research and we found out that that is Chris Jericho's jacket. So if someone's got an Elite Chris Jericho and they want to complete him, here's his jacket. And if someone's got a Elite Dolph Ziggler, that's his waistcoat.
And they actually go for quite good money as well.
Yeah, well about 5 to 10 probably.
It's still good considering it's just.
And that
like
little belt there, I picked that up. You know, these little belts, these are often, if you're rooting through a box of figures, these might be at the bottom. This particular belt, this is like known as the spinner belt. This has gone for a $5, so that's really cool. So that was a good pickup. I mean, it's going to be a bit of work. It's not going to be instant return. So it's not it's going to be coming in drips and drabs.
Yeah.
But you've got to take what's available. And when the weather wasn't great and whatnot, we took it, right?
It wasn't brilliant.
No.
Still worth going out though.
Oh, definitely. And then the second pickup and the last pickup, really, was this. I picked up these two. There was a guy selling both of these cars. He didn't have transmitters, and you can see this one's missing a wheel, and it's got no rechargeable battery. This is a petrol one. I think these are actually close to running.
Yeah.
The electric one just needs a tyre and the battery, I think, and it will be fine. Obviously, it needs a transmitter, and this one looks it actually seems like it's okay. Work. Okay. They everything seems to be in order. I think it might just need clean up and obviously some fuel to get it going. But we ended up agreeing on £15 for both of these.
He was asking 20.
Originally he was asking 20, and then he went to 15, and he wasn't going below 15. It turns out, after a bit of research, this one here is a common car, like racing car, electric racing car, which was part of like one of those magazines where you build a Subaru, and the brand is Bicmo. So but the thing is, it's almost built. I mean, it's got like servos on there, it's got a BEC module on there, the steering servo is obviously installed, everything's there. All it needs is a wheel and the battery. So that could actually work quite easily, but I've seen people sell spares at auction for about £15 plus shipping, so that would at least kind of get me close to my money back. And then this thing here, obviously it's got all its bits from what I can see. I will have to do some research because my knowledge on these is weak, but I just thought I'd go for it. I've done a bit of research, and this engine, it's one of those pulley kind of engines, like a lawnmower type thing. Obviously not, you know what I mean. Okay, anyway, it's a nitro engine, and they on their own can sell for about 20 quid used, but it's a bit rusty, it's a bit worn and used, so I'm not sure really about it, but it was 15 quid, and as I said, it was slim pickings, so we'll see we'll see what we get from that. But that was it really. I mean, the thing is, we're not going to get disheartened by it. Like I said, I think even though it was only 2 pickups, they were decent. And also, can I add one other thing?
Yeah.
We were really late as well.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, so I can't, especially the second boot fair that we went to. When you go to that first, normally you have to be there early because the sharks are already there. Do you know what I mean? Like the other keen resellers are already there, and to turn up at the time we turn up. And plus we always get lost at the moment as well.
Yeah, we keep getting lost.
Yeah, we keep getting lost at the moment, which doesn't help.
Even following us out now.
I can get lost in any situation. I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. So I mean that's all obviously hampering.
I'm not sure we should be admitting that we get lost quite a lot.
We get lost on the way to the boot fair. I actually remember saying in the beginning that we're 17 minutes away. We probably didn't get to the boot fair for till half an hour really after that. But so we're not going to get disheartened by it because, like I said, it was. There were 2 reasons. A, the weather was bad. B, we turned up really late, and timing is so critical when you want the good stuff as it were. And I don't care what it is. I used to think it's only if you want video games or whatever. No, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want. You have to get there early. Agree? Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you saw some footage somewhere. I'm gonna have to fit it so it doesn't
Yeah,
I noticed to cover our faces or anything. I don't know. But yeah, we'll put it somewhere. It might be anywhere. Or it doesn't matter really. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section. And we'll probably look to do another video tomorrow if we can.
Hopefully, yeah. We're gonna pop out tomorrow.
If there's anything on, but even if there's nothing on, we'll still put a video out if we can. Yeah, see what we did pick up, or even if we're just making a video saying we didn't pick up anything. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.